The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101?
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. Get in here. Come on now. The party started. We got you covered. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Give us that proof of life check-in, 312-591-8300. What's going on with you guys? Just let us know right now. Get early. If you like free stuff with A-level quality, we got you today. Okay, so coming up here at 7:20, of course, as we've been doing every morning, make sure you get in around 7:10, actually, because we start getting callers early. For Clash with Kenzie, Picnic Week, picnic tickets, you'll meet Incubus. How about that? And if you like to laugh at maybe, I don't know, the funniest guy in history, Dave Chappelle tickets at 8 a.m. for the United Center coming up then. And then right around 9, the Aftershock Festival, Queens of the Stone Age. And also, if you like the heavy music, that's that festival for you. That's will be at 9. And then at 8:50, but right before that, we'll throw in some Nate Bargatze tickets.
Yes, that's my favorite comedian.
That's Ken's been talking about this.
You're lightly brushing over my absolute favorite prize of the day.
No, I'm just giving the fourth thing to give away. Not all equal, all A-level quality guests and things for you entertainment-wise. Chicago Theater just added a second show, I believe, at the Chicago Theater for Sunday, November 5th. And our friends at Jam hooked that up, too. So, yeah, 2 shows added, actually. That's 2 more shows.
Wow.
Yeah. So just be here all morning. If you didn't get that, we'll repeat it later. But
Just stay here the whole day.
Yeah, we'll give you warnings before each one so you get reminders. Because I know it's 6:06. It's like 78 degrees already right now. You're just trying to get that taken care of first. But we got you covered for A-level quality entertainment for free all morning long. How about that?
Excited.
It's not bad. So what are you getting into this morning? How's your morning? I got a nap yesterday. I feel like a different person. I feel like I'm one of those people that, I don't know, either did a bunch of cocaine or got one of those IVs that have all the vitamins in them.
How do you know what a person who does a bunch of cocaine feels like?
I don't. Never did it.
I don't know. You said that, like, I feel like this.
Because I've been around people that did cocaine a lot. And I would say if I did it, the only thing I've ever done is like weed and maybe some extra pills here and there to try for fun. You know what I mean?
Oh, the only thing I've done is the legal stuff. I'm just going to list all the legal stuff I've
That's
done.
right.
I'm
Well,
sure.
marijuana wasn't legal when I tried it, when I did it the first time.
What a safe play. But now it is, so
Well, do you want me to say I've done heroin when I've not done heroin? I've not done heroin.
I want to hear your heroin story.
Okay, here's what happened when I did heroin. Woke up on lower whacker and life. Well, I think a lot of people that talk about these drugs, you know, it's an amazing thing at first, and it always ends poorly for the harder drugs. There's no happy ending to heroin or cocaine. You ever heard one of those? I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear that. 312-591-8300.
A heroin success story.
A heroin success story.
What?
Yeah, you don't hear.
Well, people beat it, and then they're like, it made me a better person.
That's a great story. You're right. That's a great ending. You don't hear the great ending of like, I use it regularly, and things are going wonderfully.
Oh.
You just don't do that.
If you have a heroin hit success story.
I mean, I am talking about, I've been around people back in the days who did coke all the time, and they always said it made them feel like Superman. And it was like
a lot of energy.
A lot of energy and kept you going. And that's why rock stars sadly get addicted to it, because you're on the road all the time and you're bored too. The combination of grinding and then bored is a bad combination.
Well, isn't that what they said, like, the New York Stock Exchange was all about at one point in time? Because it was giving you hype for those crazy hours and the numbers you're going, like, wasn't...
Yes, so I knew guys back in the day.
Or did I make that up?
No, you didn't make it up.
But that's true, right?
There's guys back in the day who, there's trading going on in Chicago in the middle of the night a lot of times. There's certainly a lot of stock stuff here. And I knew some guys that did very well, like back in when the boom was happening after 9/11, the stock market boom in the early 2000s there. And they would sometimes make $40,000 in a day of just day trading. Now, they'd lose that money all the time, too, but they'd make 40. When they made 40, they would get suites in hotels downtown, invite some ladies of the evening or escorts, and get a bunch of cocaine and blow it all in one night. Next morning, they were zero. They were bankrupt again. They'd start again with day trading, stock trading. And
well, that is not a cocaine success story.
I guess it was for the night. But then, of course, if those guys took all that money and saved it, they'd be living large right now. I don't know where any of them are today. They were not good friends. They were just acquaintances.
Yeah, when they made $40,000, you knew.
That's right.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, coming up here at 6:30, we'll do a fact that makes your brain go. Apparently, certain people upset with the fact yesterday that was birds' nests is not their home. And I want to tell you, Kenzie made me feel bad. She bullied me and saying, how did you not know that?
Oh, you stop. It is way too early to do the victim thing.
I
haven't even finished my chai tea latte.
I had to call my therapist and talk about a little bit on how I felt like I was not being heard, that I just did not understand.
Oh, no, I heard the dumbass thing you said. I heard it.
Okay, well,
super loud.
Listen, 48%, the Twitter poll was up, 48% of our crew members also did not know that the bird's nest is not their home. It's only for the chicks. It's only for the eggs.
All I heard is that I won because more than half of the people knew.
It wasn't a contest. It wasn't a competition. That's how you look at it. It was a competition.
No, because every time I lose the poll, you talk about it for 4 hours. That's the only subject
It's very fair.
we address.
So I was challenged with a better fact today by some people today. So I think I have a pretty good one coming up here. I'm trying to figure out the best way to tease it by saying this. Here's one fact of it, or one part of it, that it's one of the biggest exports of America. Exports. So I think we don't do anything here anymore in America. We just kind of make apps for your phone. That's all we do. And then we import everything else from other countries that we buy and sell. Everything's from China, everything's from India. Just other countries make all the stuff now. We don't make anything here.
Okay.
One of the biggest imports, or I should say exports, of the United States to other countries, they want of us. They want something of us, what America does. You will never guess what it is. That's all I'm going to say. You'll take some guesses at 312-591-8300, but think about America. Think about stuff we have that other countries might want. It's one of the top exports of America.
If you hit me with something stupid like people love their oranges from Florida, I'm going to be very upset with you today.
Okay, I guess we're done.
It
was oranges. It's not oranges. It's not. I'll have it for you in 6 minutes.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain just go. I was challenged to come up with something maybe a little more definitive than birds' nests are not their permanent home. I still find that fascinating, in case the producer does too, and 48% of you did as well. However, came up with a new one. So, one of the biggest exports of the United States, and I think a lot of people think we don't build anything here, we buy everything, we get everything shipped in, and that's true to some extent. Kenzie thought maybe it was Florida oranges. Is that what you're kind of thinking?
I just thought it was going to be something stupid like that.
Well, you might think this is stupid. I don't know. A lot of people guessed things like petroleum. We do have a bigger market of that, or certain
Dakota's in our phone data, which I thought was kind of funny.
That's also pretty accurate, Dakota. But it's not. It is kind of scary.
What?
One of the biggest exports of the United States to other countries is our blood. Our blood.
Like for transfusions and stuff?
For every use. So the American...
What do you mean every use? List up.
Well, transfusions. Other people need blood. It's not for smearing on their face.
More use.
I can't think of one. So transfusions is correct. It's big business. It is a $3.3 billion business, and that's only a couple years ago.
Is it black markety or is it legit
It's
purchases?
legit.
Okay, that's kind of where I was getting at.
Yeah, other countries are buying our blood because...
We got that good.
I guess so. I mean, demand is hard, apparently, for good blood in the world. And a lot of Americans go out and give blood not just to be, generous and ethical because there's a problem. Some people can make up to $600 to $700 a month giving blood.
And they give you a sucker.
They give you a sucker or a cookie or whatever, but...
A little snack?
Have you ever given blood for money?
No.
Okay.
Have you?
I haven't. I thought about it.
Did you ever donate your children for money?
Wait, what?
Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to word it correctly.
All I heard was donate children for money.
Donate your children. You know what I'm saying?
I still don't know what you mean.
Like into a cup. Did you ever donate your kids for money?
Oh! Got it.
Did you ever do that?
No.
I feel like 20-year-old men are like, this is awesome. I can get a pizza. And then later they're like, I have 74 children. I never thought this through.
Well, there's that documentary about the guy in Indiana that the whole town is his relatives.
That is different. That doctor intentionally and lied, putting his own children in to women, even though they had picked donors, or some thought it was their husband. Because you know how you can take the egg out and fertilize it and then put it back in to grow the baby? He used his instead.
Which always fascinates me, too, that you can take the egg out and do that and put it back in and it works.
Yeah.
The child comes out.
Easy bake oven, baby.
Well, listen, I don't know if anybody's ever given blood for money, but apparently, or children, as Kenzie says.
I can't say that, you know what I mean?
That was a great way to say it, actually, without saying it. I just took me a second to catch up on that one. So, yeah, the blood market in the United States, everybody wants our blood. And I'm not saying, listen, I don't know if America's the fattest country out there. We eat the worst. You know, you go to other countries and people seem thinner. They all smoke, though.
But maybe it helps. Maybe it, like, fattens people up. Like, we need American blood stat. It's going to be like three people injecting in.
American blood's kind of like dessert.
Yeah, it's got a lot of like fat. It's real rich and
it's saucy. It's delicious.
Yeah, a little spice.
Hey, you're feeling a little down? Get some of that American blood.
I just say it probably immediately puts weight on people who need it or something.
Yeah, it's great. It's a big market. And again, I guess I'd be curious to hear from anybody that's given blood for money, and if you do it regularly, and does that make you feel weird?
Do you think it's because America is one of the largest melting pots? So it's probably we have the most types of blood maybe available.
Or we're mutts, so it helps. It's better. Like that's what you're saying, kind of. We're all mixed together in a way.
Right, and then there's types of blood. Like you can't just get anyone's blood. It has to match your type. Do you think we provide more of every type because we're a melting pot versus like...
I couldn't find that in the data when I went deep on this one.
Did you go deep on it?
I
Because you
did.
don't even know what it's used for.
Well, I know it's for transfusions. I know it's not for smearing all over your body or anything like that. But plasma donation centers are advertising $900 for your first month giving plasma.
That hurts, though.
Why does it hurt?
I've heard that that's very painful.
Huh.
Like bone marrow and plasma, I've heard are painful to give.
I know. I've heard bone marrow, yes, but plasma's just in your blood. Why would that hurt more, I wonder?
I don't know.
Well, maybe...
I've just heard that both of those hurt.
We're looking for a blood expert at 312-591-8300 and also somebody...
A bloodologist?
A bloody...
I put ologist on the end of everything when I need somebody who studies it.
Check in with us because we want to hear about it. And if you give money or get money, give your blood for money or your children. I'd love to hear about that too. They pay you for your children, huh? They do that too.
Well, duh.
I don't know.
That's why else would people be like donating their children?
I don't have the prices on that. I'll try to find out their offspring on that.
You can make some good money, especially if you have, especially if you have a higher profile. Like if you're a doctor, more people go for your children.
What do you think I can get?
Not as much.
Like, let's say Brad Pitt.
I didn't include a picture of Harper next to it because I'm like, oh, it turned out pretty good.
Huh. Imagine. And then it gets my face. It's like Two-Face like in Batman of Harper to me.
You just put a picture of Gru from Despicable Me in there.
Stop saying that.
You look so much like Gru.
It's Q101. We're looking for a blood expert, looking for a children expert, anybody that works these clinics, and how often people can come in and donate.
How much money they make.
That's right. That's your fact. Is that better fact?
That's better.
Okay, cool. It's Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
We just talked about in the fact that makes your brain go that blood is one of the biggest exports of the United States to other countries. Our blood is that good, apparently. Other people want it. And you can make up to $600 to $700 a month from my research by giving blood. And I don't know how often they turn you away, how often you can do it. And then Kenzie brought up plasma, and it could be painful. A lot of people thinking that plasma isn't painful. I know the bone marrow certainly is painful.
Bone marrow is painful. I've never donated plasma or bone marrow. I've just heard people complain about donating plasma before. So maybe they just hate giving blood in general. That's what they're complaining about. I've just heard plasma and bone marrow. I don't know.
I can relate to Eric in Norwich who checked this. I used to donate plasma in college, and he said it's not as painful, but they miss your vein a lot. You look like a drug addict. That happens to me all the time. My veins, they just can't find the vein. It's right there. You can see it. And
you're like as pale as Casper. They can't see that blue vein.
Yeah, what the hell? How do you miss that?
I can see it.
Yeah, I also bruise like an old banana, too. I just bruise easy. But Dakota's checking in. And Dakota, ahoy. Is it true that Keisha's told me that you give blood every week?
No. So every 8 weeks.
Oh, God.
I wish. Okay, so plasma you can do more frequently, which I think it is maybe every 2 weeks for plasma. I've only successfully donated plasma once, and that's because it takes longer. You also have to stay in a certain position, and maybe that is what Kenzie is referring to. Of like, you have to stay with your arms out for an extended amount of time.
Ugh.
And even then, that was giving me some issue. But other than that, I usually donate whole blood every 8 weeks because I am O positive blood type. And so that is one step below being a universal donor. The universal donor is O negative. That is someone who can donate to anybody and everybody can take O negative blood.
So you're someone that they want, right? They want you coming in.
Oh, yes. Yes, exactly.
Could you said you donate, but could you make big money off that?
I mean, the way that I do it is I use Vitalence, and so you get points for every donation, and then you can redeem those points for gift cards and such. So money, no. But if I were to go outside to a different area and actually do plasma, that is when they pay you like a lot more money for it.
Oh.
So you got a free sub coming or something, right?
I usually get, like gift cards and stuff, like $25 gift cards and whatever. And then they also, so it has something with Culver's. If you give a pint, get a pint. So every time you donate, you get like a free pint over at Culver's.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a party.
Okay, I'm starting to give blood. I don't give regularly. I just get.
Just for the ice cream, not for the people.
I would start giving regularly for a Culver's pint for a pint. That sounds great.
Yeah, no, they've been doing that. I started off in high school because they did a blood donation there, and I've been doing it every time since. And I think I'm at 52 donations in my whole lifetime so far.
Good for you. You've saved lives, no question.
I would like to think that they say that every donation saves 3 lives or can go to 3 different people.
Jeez.
So that is why this hits me really hard. This is a very personal thing of like, this is the one thing I stand for it and I promote it very hard because it does help people that I know personally.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Dakota, for checking in. That's amazing. You're doing God's work there.
Thank you.
And eating Culver's at the same time, which is amazing.
Well, you should get rewarded for God's work still.
That's
you know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah, God needs rewards, like some concretes. Chris also checking in. Ahoy, Chris.
Hey, how's it going?
Do you give blood regularly or plasma?
Plasma.
And how often is that? Can you do it up to 2 weeks, like Dakota just said, or is it something a little further than that?
You can actually do it more than that. You can do it twice a week.
Wow.
So you can do it 8 times a month.
Jeez. And you get paid for it?
You do. When I did it, it was quite a while ago, so it was less than what they're paying now. But there's people that make a couple $100 a month doing it.
Damn. And you don't feel different when you lose it either. It doesn't make you feel weak or anything like that?
No, because you don't lose blood. It takes it like you're giving blood, but the machine separates the plasma and the blood, and then you get all your blood back.
Oh.
You know what?
Yeah.
I bet that's what I've heard people complain about because they kind of got to get poked twice. They're probably like, this sucks. I want to leave.
They tell you not to eat like greasy food and stuff before you go in there. So people usually got to get stuck twice because they have like kind of like a clogged artery or something, like there's some backup where it's not getting a good enough flow.
Or their greasy blood goes in that machine when it's spinning, and it's kind of like when you look at the bottom of a Coke machine in the McDonald's and maybe they haven't cleaned it properly, and it's like that's all sticky in there, all your sticky stuff.
You can just have all of it back. We don't even want
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, just keep.
Also,
And it's not that uncomfortable either. You lay almost like in a hospital bed, and you kind of have your arms like to the side eagle, and it takes about an hour.
All right.
Oh, an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you could do it a little bit faster, but usually at least an hour.
Wow.
Wow. All right. Well, and that's pretty good money. It didn't affect you too much. I know sometimes they say you have to get, your body makes more blood eventually. That's why you can't give blood as often. But okay, a lot of our people out there giving blood, giving plasma. You should always do that though if you can. Red Cross blood donation, redcrossblood.org for Chicago. Tell you where your blood donation center is near you because they always need more. They just always need more. And apparently we're donating or giving a lot of it or negotiating a lot of it to other countries. It's a big export. American blood. American blood. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Remember, coming up, picnic tickets, 7:10. Be here for picnic tickets and a chance to meet Incubus in Clash with Kenzie, the first of many extraordinary giveaways today, including 8 o'clock Dave Chappelle tickets at the United Center.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Got to Gil Curtis here in just a second. Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're talking about blood donation, and also it's one of the biggest exports of America is our blood. That was our fact today at 6:30. And a lot of people checking in how they give blood, and you can make some money on it, or it's just you're donating blood to the Red Cross, which they need it. Absolutely. But Chrissy checking in from Elburn with an interesting fact. Chrissy, ahoy.
Ahoy, good morning.
So you also donate plasma and or blood and make money off it, though?
Yes.
How much?
I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years, and this month in particular, you can make $850.
What?
Yes.
For blood or plasma or both?
For plasma.
Okay.
Now, are you
that's
selling this
what
on like the black market? Because that's like a high price.
Sometimes I wonder, but
It sounds like you're in a truck right now, selling in a shady neighborhood somewhere, some plasma right now, Chrissy. This sounds like
really,
that.
does my Matrix sound like a truck?
Yes.
Oh.
On my way to work.
So you said $850?
Yes. So if you've never donated before, I don't know if you want me to give the name of the place on the radio.
If it's legit. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're all over Chicago. It's called BioLife.
BioLife.
That's what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in an alley, and they just pull up in their van.
It's behind the gas station that sells bootleg VHS tapes of Barbie. Right there waiting for you.
Sometimes it feels a little weird. It does sometimes feel a little weird, but, there's a lot of, stand-up people. They're donating. I go twice a week.
Okay.
And,
is it only a kind of a startup thing you get that kind of money, or does it continue, you think, for more than months? Is it first-time users get a big payday?
Yes. First-time users only, you get $850 for the first 4 weeks. And then after that, I can't remember because I haven't done this in a long.
All right. Well, that's good enough info. I appreciate that. It's really nice to check in on that.
Even if you just want to do it for 4 weeks, you can make $850.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it was like $50, maybe like $30 per donation after that, $30, $40. So, you still get paid after that.
Yeah.
Some people do that, for life.
All right,
So,
Chrissy. Well,
yeah,
thanks for passing on that info, Chrissy. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
You too. Yeah, I just looked up at BioLife Plasma Center in Chicago. You have to grab a coupon on their website. And then we get nothing for this. I don't know if it's a good deal or not, but it says new donors could earn up to $800 in 8 donations. And like the other guy said, you can do it a couple times a week, so that's your first month right there.
Right.
Sounds legit.
We don't know what they're doing with it.
I don't know anybody there. I'm just saying, if you're looking for a little payday to get your, help out, get that new Xbox taken care of, maybe some
Christmas presents. They're expensive.
Yeah, everything. School supplies.
Oh, yeah.
Getting ready for that. Holy cow. Maybe give some plasma. Here's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is World Tofu Day. Great news for anyone who enjoys mushy cubes of impossible blandness. Captain Crunch's uniform has finally been updated to properly reflect his rank. So enjoy something new to stare at during dinner, divorced guys. Mick Jagger turns 80 today. Wow. He's fathered 8 children by 5 different women, or as Nick Cannon calls him, a big-time slacker. A plane manufacturer is developing flying taxis. Flying cars sound fun, but a real breakthrough would be getting taxi drivers to use this new technology called soap. And a Florida island has been overrun by rabbits. Locals have witnessed so much nonstop humping, it's like spring break never ended. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.